All right, we're talking about the first step to improving leads and sales conversion. So we had a session that we did on my Facebook page, and we're going to be talking a little bit more into that. And I have quite a few comments that came in. So if you want to follow me on my Facebook page, is Ola M Brothers, Ola Mary Brothers, Ola M Brothers. That's where I'm at. But you can also add me here on Facebook. You can have fun. Let's have fun talking about this leads and sales conversion. So essentially, on my Facebook page, I asked the question, "What is the first step to improving leads and sales conversion?" And that particular question became a popular question on my wall over the I think I posted this on February 15th. So yeah, so that was about I posted this about 9 days ago. Okay, so since then it has gained about, I don't know, 66 or something like that comment, about 27 likes, which is nothing, but for my page it's a lot. Okay, so my page doesn't typically, because I don't use it a lot, so it doesn't typically get a lot of engagement. Okay, what's going on, Meta Hit? All right, so the first person here, Stephen Brooks. If you want to see my screen later on, just feel free to go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's where you'll be able to see my screen where I'm showing you this, but I will say them out. So if you're on iTunes, you're watching me, you're listening to me anywhere, just pay attention. So the first person, Stephen, says follow up. Okay, as a first step to improving leads and sales conversion. All right, that's not the first step. As a matter of fact, I want to give you the first step right now to improving sales conversion, and my mindset around this. It's very simple. Okay, if you're gonna be successful in business in general, you need samples. Okay, if you're gonna collect data, okay, at the end of the day, you want to collect meaningful data that you can make some conclusions from. Okay, meaningful conclusion from. If you want to collect enough data that your conclusion will make sense, and you want to remove luck as much as possible. What's going on? Tudlow 3823, what's going on? W Glenn, what's happening? What's happening? We're talking about first step to improving leads and sales conversion, right? You need, if you want to collect, if you want to make you want to do a study, right, and you want to make meaningful conclusion that will be consistent over time, across board, across multiple platforms, you need to collect enough data. Okay, if you collect just one piece of data, two pieces of data, anything less than 100 pieces of data, any conclusion you make could have been just luck. Okay, you could just have been lucky. Okay, could have been just a straight up um, coincidence. Okay, some people call it coinkydink, right? And we don't want to be running our business on coincidences. Okay, you want to collect enough data. So the first step, okay, because of that, the first step to improving leads and sales conversion is volume. Okay, in online marketing we call it traffic. You need to collect enough data by generating enough traffic. Okay, from that traffic, not everybody that click over to your website, not everybody that opens your email, not everybody that walks through your door will actually become a customer, will actually turn to revenue. Okay, but if you don't collect enough data, if you don't collect more than enough data, there's literally no way for you to find out what's converting and what's not converting. Okay, and if something converts, if you generate two pieces of traffic and they became customer and they become customers or clients in your business, you just got lucky. Okay, there's a very high chance that the next 2 3 10 will not become customers. So again, you haven't collected enough data. What's going on, Peter Lentini? What's going on, Flawless Bree? What's going on, Gina Team Rethink? What's going on? We're talking about first step to improving leads and sales conversion. So the first step is traffic and volume in traffic. You need to learn how to generate traffic to your website. You need to learn how to collect enough data. If you're using word of mouth, you need to learn how to generate enough prospects to talk to. Enough prospects is going to be nothing less than 100. Okay, That's my professional opinion. That's coming from 10 years of experience in the entrepreneurship game. I know what I'm talking about. If you collect anything less than that, if you convert some leads, um, that's just enough data. It's not enough data for you to make conclusions that every 100 leads you're going to generate 3 customers. You need enough samples. So when I say 100, you need to do that actually 3 to 10 times over. That means 300 to 1,000 clicks over to your website to make any type of conclusions from your studies. Because at the end of the day, as a marketer, by the way, all of you, no matter what you're doing, you're all marketers. Okay, you're all in sales. You're all marketers. You could be looking for the next job. Your job is to market your resume properly, okay, and learn how to convert those eyes that are seeing your resume. Learn how to convert them to new bosses, new jobs, right? That's your business, okay? So Steven here says follow up, okay? So then I replied and I said follow up is way down the line. Yes, follow up is important in business, right? But if you follow up, if you generate 2 leads, right, and you keep following up with those people, you just pounded them, and then you're pounding yourself at the same time too. All right, yeah, and I mean that in every sense you can think of that. Okay, you're just screwing them, you're screwing yourself by dwelling on these 2 pieces of leads or 2 pieces of clicks over to your website. You're exhausting them, and they're gonna run away from you. That's what's gonna happen. What's going on, Marvin? 8067 Rock. What's going on, Petty Wap? Pettyway Glender. Okay, what's going on? We're talking about first step to improving leads and sales conversion. So follow up is important in business, but your follow up, you're not even gonna know if it works if you're not generating enough leads and traffic already. Okay, so I replied, I said follow up is way down the line, because when people land on your website, that's the first step, right? Now when they decide to convert to leads, that's the second step. When they decide to become a customer, that's the third step. When they decide to become a long-term client, fourth step. When they decide that this product, I used it was so good, I want to become a partner, another step. Okay, and if people become leads, then you can follow up with them. Okay, but before you stop worrying about follow up, you need to generate massive amount of traffic and leads. Okay, you should be doing them in volume, and that will make a little bit better sense for you. Okay, all right, so let's see here, what else here, somebody saying, all right, so it says having a product or service to offer. So that was his counter when I said follow up is way down the line. It says having a product or services to offer. No, okay, that's a no. Okay, it's not the second step, it's not the third step. Having a product or services to offer, you already have one. Okay, you already have product and services to offer. That's a fact. Okay, because you can jump on ClickBank, on ClickSure. You can become a part of a network marketing company to have product to offer. You can become a sales agent in your local town to have product to offer. You don't have to create product. Products are already all over the place. So picking it's not the first step to conversion. Okay, picking the right product is not the first step to conversion, because number one, the only way to find out if a product or services is good is if you actually send some traffic and leads through it and see how many people become customers. So again, it's about collecting data. It's about collecting enough samples to see what's converting. So Maria here says find a trusted source of high quality traffic and learn how to monetize your list. That sounds like second and third step. Okay, I need the first step, and she goes optimize your funnel and follow-ups with a front end offer you can control. A good try. She gave it a good try. What's going on, baby princess? She gave it a good try, and what I have to say about that is this. Okay, she said finding a trusted source of high quality traffic. Traffic is the first step. Okay, finding a source of high quality traffic is the second step. You need to generate traffic first. You need to collect the data from multiple sources to know which one is doing best for you. You need to target multiple targets to know which one is doing the most for you. What's going on, Sherilyn? Welcome, welcome. All right. Introduce yourself. Let me know where you're plugging in from, by the way, if you're plugging in on Instagram. Okay. So the second step is obviously tweaking and seeing which traffic source is the best. So it's a little tricky because she said find a trusted source of high quality traffic. If you say that, then somebody's going to show up and say, hey, I'm the trusted source, right? They'll say that, and you could end up with somebody that's gonna end up taking your money. But you need to test yourself. So you need to start generating traffic first, and then from that data you're collecting, you find the trusted source of high quality traffic and learn how to monetize your list to be the next. That's way down the line, just like follow up. Okay, so optimizing funnel and follow ups, you need to set up a funnel. Optimizing it cannot happen unless you drive a lot of traffic first, unless you drive volume of traffic first. And I know lots of people, gurus, will tell you, oh yeah, just listen. If you want to run a business like a professional, like a black belt marketer, you need to drive volume of traffic. Okay, that's just the way it is. So somebody goes here, Nyla, she says there's so many ways to answer this question. For service professionals, you would want to qualify the lead before going in for the sale. Maria answers of finding your high quality traffic can work too. Well, there's only one answer to the question of the first step to improving sales and conversion. I said the first step. Okay, there are probably 10 steps, there are probably 20 steps, but the first step is to drive volume of traffic. Okay, so again, I'm going through these answers that I've received so you can see how the contrast, so I can explain the contrast between the answers and the right answer, which is driving volume of traffic first. Okay, find volume of traffic and drive it first. You don't know if it's a good source or quality unless you actually measure the data over time. Okay, and that's the only way again to optimize. So Nyla, the answer that you've given to qualify the lead, how are you going to qualify the lead, okay, if you're not driving quality of traffic first? I mean, volume of traffic first. Obviously, when somebody becomes a lead, you got to qualify the lead, but again, you need volume of traffic in order to improve your sales conversion. Okay, and I'm talking about professional marketers who want to be black belt marketers only. Okay, if you want to chase people around and chat with people on Facebook all day long in order to qualify them, what I'm sharing with you right now is not for you. Different strategy for a different time, different game, and I definitely don't recommend that unless you're completely broke. There's nothing wrong with doing that. By the way, everything works if you do it long enough. Any strategy you give me will work if you do it long enough. Okay, you can knock on doors all day long, you're going to sell at some point if you do it long enough. But the next question will be efficiency, as always. Is that really worth your time? Is that the best way to spend your time? Okay, that's the question you want to answer next. Okay, provided all the tools and platforms that we have these days, like Facebook, right, like Instagram, things like that, right? So she goes, give us a scenario so we can better answer before leads and sales is broad. The question wasn't that broad. The question was, what's the first step to improving sales conversion? You need to drive volume of traffic. Okay, you cannot know what the numbers look like properly unless you drive volume of traffic. Okay, you're not gonna know if one source of traffic is better than the other unless you drive volume of traffic. What is volume of traffic? In my opinion, is somewhere from you cannot make any conclusions unless you drive 300 to 1,000 clicks. You cannot make any conclusion. Okay, why? Because that's just how studies are done. You have to collect enough samples. Okay, and success loves speed. You need some speed, and because if you don't have speed in that formula, you're gonna get tired. Your mind is gonna get for tired, and then hope deferred makes the heart weak. Right? That's the scriptures, and it's true. You need some kind of speed in order to stay consistent. In order to pay attention long enough to actually pay attention to what you started and finish it properly. Okay, so you need some kind of speed. If you can, if you have patience and speed, and you need to find the balance between the two, between patience and speed. Patience is, if you don't have speed, maybe you're running on a bootstrap budget, then you need to have lots of patience and pay attention and stay committed and focused on what you set to do. So it may take you 30 days, 90 days to finish the test, but you must finish it because, but I'll tell you right now, if you don't have speed, chances are you're not going to finish it because there's gurus and the internet throwing stuff at you all the time, and the attention span of human beings is just not that long anymore. Okay. All right. So let's continue here. All right, so if you're still plugged in with me on Instagram, feel free to join me on the on, on on my YouTube channel later. Okay, just search my name, Ola Talks Abitogun. That, and if you're listening to me on iTunes, you're better off seeing my screen as well. Make sure you join me on my YouTube channel so you can see my screen. All right, so I'm gonna end Instagram right now. Let's see. Let's see. Yep, let's end Instagram. Yep. All right, so we're talking. Let's continue to talk here. Let's focus on Facebook and YouTube and the screen here. All right, so I say, the question is precisely what's the first action is. I guess after planning. Okay, so everybody can claim that planning is the first step of everything, but I'm assuming that you already know that you should plan. Okay, Gregory says, know your market and how to serve and solve their issues. That has nothing to do with driving volume of traffic first. So I say how, right? So, and then he goes, research the market. I use Google Keywords Planner site. It tells you what the market is looking for. You know what? When you break down driving traffic, he's probably a little right. Okay, so Gregory is close because you got to do market research before you start driving. Specifically, search marketing. Okay, you got to do a little bit of research, market research. So he's partially right there, but the particular phrase I'm looking for is volume of traffic. In order to improve leads and sales conversion, you got to have volume of traffic. Why? Because you need to collect enough data to make conclusions about if a conversion is good enough or if it's not good enough. Okay. Sunshine says putting an automated tracking system into place. Very close. I like it, but not it. Okay. The volume of traffic is the it. Of course, in order to be able to measure your numbers, you need to have tracking system in place. So I'm assuming you know that as well. So I'm going to give Sunshine a pass on that. Okay. Gregory Smith comes back, same guy. He comes back, says funnels, automated systems are worthless unless your campaign is directed to the right market. So he's coming close. Okay. When you're talking about the right market, now we're talking traffic again. In order to drive traffic, you need to be concerned about the right market. The right market is actually one of the first three things that you need, which is another video I'm going to do. Right, the first three things that you need in order to even think about driving campaign ever. Okay, so I'm going to do another video on this topic right here. Let's go here, let me show you. Okay, let's see, there's another video I'm going to do on what are the three things you must identify before running another marketing campaign ever. One of those three things is the right market. So he's right about the right market, contrary to what most are taught, but not about the numbers. It's about the quality of the numbers you connected with. So that's where he goes off again. That's where he gets derailed off of the right direction. Okay, the first step is all I'm asking. Okay, and it's very important that you pay attention to this kind of details because it affects how you run your business, how you run your marketing campaign. The first step, I need to set up traffic and I need to generate a bunch of clicks. Okay, of course you need to have tracking things in place. You need to have a funnel, some basic stuff that you should know, that you should have in place. If you've gone through my training in Empire Traffic Academy, right, if you've gone through my book, which is myEmpirePRO.com, if you want to download a free version of it, right, then you know that you should have tracking in place. You know that you should have a funnel. Okay, now with that being said, you're already running, but you want to improve leads and sales conversion. Again, we gotta be precise about this. You want to improve leads and sales conversion is the question. What's the first step? You need to drive volume of traffic. So how are you gonna find out if it's quality number, if it's the traffic, if the leads is? See, let me tell you something. I'm driving quality clicks. Okay, right now my campaign, the last campaign that I run, was driving quality clicks but the clicks was converting at 60%. Okay, 60%. Let me see if I can show that here. This is this campaign right here. 61% conversion to leads from clicks. Okay, 257 clicks, 158 leads. Okay, how am I able to get to that number? Because I drove volume first. Okay, I drove volume of traffic, and then I was able to tweak based on the volume, and then I tweak it, and then you have increase. It may be a little bit increased cost per click, but you have quality and cheap leads coming in because you have you're targeting the right market, like you said. Okay, but you cannot know if it's the right market or quality unless you drive that answer first. Okay, the first step to improving leads and sales conversion is volume of traffic, driving volume of traffic. Okay, so I answered, I said, good one. How do you know the difference between quality and non-quality? I said, by the action of the prospect. Never marry to any one prospect. Always filter people out. That tells you who's serious and who isn't. Again, this is going to happen only if you drive volume of traffic. So Tina goes, find your target market first. Well, you can know a little bit information about your target market, but then you still got to test. Okay, which is why, and testing means you're driving volume of traffic. Testing means you're doing a little bit of study. That okay, and you need samples. You need a sizable sample in order to make any kind of conclusion or decision if one is best, if one is quality, if one is target, is the highly targeted market, meaning you have 60 to 70% increase in leads conversion. Okay, and then you do the same thing when it comes to leads to sales conversion. It's the same process. You need volume in order to improve on leads and sales conversion. Okay, this person says ask. Well, that's a good answer in the sense of when you're setting up volume of traffic and you're testing, right, to test which one is which market, which targeting market is converting the most. That's essentially you're asking the market, would you like this, would you like this, do you like this, does this target market like that? That's essentially what you're doing when you do that. Okay, so Sunshine, I think Sunshine said something earlier. Okay, so Sunshine came back and said creating multiple campaigns for the same product. Boom, very close. Okay, very close. And I said I like it, but how though? And Honorable Temi Longa says by split test multiple header variation and body variation in line with target marketing. I'm liking it. I like this. Okay, so this is closing out. Say hola, hit the nail on the head. Split testing. There are products available that allow you to build out multiple campaigns with different lead capture pages while ascending your campaign. So they're saying something close, but they're not hitting the nail at volume of traffic. You cannot test pages or multiple lead capture pages without the traffic, without the people. So there are three P's in any business, right? You need the process, you need the product, right? Process and product, we know these things already, but you really need the people. If you drive zero people through the process and the product, you have zero business. Does that make sense? So the one thing you need is people, volume of traffic of people. That's the first step to improving sales conversion. If you're going to improve sales and conversion, I'm going to assume that you already have a product. I'm actually going to assume that you had a process in place too, but chances are you're not driving enough people to even, and then you have a tracking system in place, hopefully. Okay, so again, I'm not going to tell you that the right answer is volume of traffic. What I'm going to tell you, however, is that the answer I was looking for was the volume of traffic. Okay, and you could say, oh, but hey, if you drive volume of traffic, then and you're not testing them, how are you going to know the numbers? Valid argument. So we can both agree that you need to be tracking it, but you need to be tracking volume of traffic. Okay, all while tracking click and open rates all the way to the closing of the sale. Doing split testing enables you to see which avenue of marketing brings you the highest revenue conversion. So good one, very very good one. So I like how people are juggling their mind and this is all right answers, but I was looking for that one answer. This person say building rapport. Well, you're talking about prospects now. That's after you've gotten a hold of of a prospect. It is one of the steps to improving leads and sales conversion, but it's not the first step. Okay, the first step is, so this person says new friends and prospects. Well, if you mean volume of traffic, then absolutely, Sheila, if that's what you mean. So I still like your answer. Adrian says, Adrian is one of our students, I think, in Empire Traffic Academy. Okay, he says, I'm still in the hospital, but well enough to continue my studying. How much is the market? Oh, he's asking a different question entirely. All right, so Joshua already says, don't be in a band. I said, what kind of a band? He said, modern hard rock band with the faith-based focus on heart. I don't know what he's talking about, but Igor, who is a solo ads guru in the business, says email every day. I say very, very close. Very close because emailing every day creates more traffic to your product. Okay, so it's still volume of traffic. Volume of traffic is essentially the answer I am looking for. You cannot test anything unless you're driving volume of traffic. If the way you're going to test off is to email your list, that means you have a list already. All right, you email that list every day, or you're emailing Igor's list so you can generate traffic from solo ads. If that's what he's saying, then he's also very right about that. But the answer I'm looking for is volume of traffic, not just traffic. I'm not talking about 1 or 2 clicks per day. I'm talking about volume of traffic. Okay, Adrian says ILDT is the first step. Okay, which is equals to PPP, then CCC. So for those of you that don't know what he's talking about, ILDT is some of the trainings that I've taken people through, which is invest, learn, do, and teach. Invest, learn, do, and teach is essentially you're creating content. Okay, you're creating, it's a formula to create content. But if you're creating content and you're not promoting the content, in other words, you're not driving volume of traffic through the content, you're missing it. Okay, so he said is the first step. Okay, um it, it's the first step in internet marketing, maybe the first, around the first few steps. But when it comes to improving leads and sales conversion, again, I'm assuming a lot of these things are in place. When it comes to improving leads and sales conversion, all of this should be in place already. Then the first step is to drive a volume of P, which is people. Okay, the middle P here is what I'm talking about. You have product, people, process, right? That P for people needs to be increased. And you need to drive volume of it, 300 to 1000 of it, before you can really claim that something works or it doesn't work. Okay, so it's either you do it with speed or you can have lots of patience. Okay, but you can't say something doesn't work unless you've driven the minimum of 100 clicks 3 times and possibly more. That's where I came up with my 300 to 1000 clicks before you can claim something doesn't work. So for those of you that like to join businesses and join things and try things out and say it doesn't work after 5 clicks or no clicks, there you go. That's your butt out in the all out in the open. Okay, that's your butt all out in the open. That's why you're failing, because you're not collecting enough data. Okay, this is Desmond here, who's a prodigy and also a mentor, believe it or not. He's a mentor and a prodigy at the same time of mine. He says add pixels to page after lead submits info. So he's talking technical stuff, which is essentially tracking. Okay, if somebody opts into a page, you want to know if they actually opt in or not. That's tracking. Okay, that's technical talk. Not that technical, but he's right. Okay, again, he's right, but I am talking about audience. Okay, here's another prodigy slash mentor of mine. Okay, I consider anybody that I've worked with in the past mentors. They teach me in all kind of ways, so I always consider them mentors as well. Plus, these guys have really killed it in the game. Since either we've followed each other, or they've bought into my stuff, or become a part of my team, or anything like that. So thank you for commenting here. So James says, your audience, even with a shitty funnel, if you have the right message and the right product for the right person, they still buy. He's saying the audience is priority here, and I completely boom. See that what is that, like a fire emoji, right? That's it right there. Okay, that's what I am talking about. Okay, the audience. If you don't have audience, essentially volume of traffic of people. That's what I mean. You need to drive audience. The audience is what is the first step. Okay. So he says John Carlton still sells high ticket products using optimized. But yeah, all that stuff, the funnels and all those things, they come secondary. The first step is to make sure that you're driving enough traffic. If you're not driving audience doesn't mean one person. Audience mean volume of people coming through your website, coming through your doors. That's the first step you need to find out before you know if something converts or not. Somebody said the right mindset. I'm going to assume that if you're following me, you have the right mindset. That's why this will not be the correct answer. You know your goal, then reverse engineer it. Okay. That's all right answers, but that's not the answer I'm looking for. They're right because I'm assuming you should have that already. So I goes, nah, mama should have taken care of that, right? Mama should have taught you the right mindset. If they didn't, I'm sorry, but you should have the right mindset before you start following us here or trying to be an entrepreneur. Adrian Williams says, Hola, does my answer qualify to get a response or am I that off base? Well, my answer was man must sleep too. I guess I was sleeping when he posted his post. I just got here. So I answered him already, I think. Yeah. Paul Evans says lead with value. With what value to what? That was my answer. To help convert more to lead with value. Well, there are people that are leading with value, they're still not converting and they want more conversion. So my question is to those people that are already leading with value, but they would like to get a better sales conversion and they're wondering, how do I do that? That's who my answer goes to. So I said to help convert more to lead with value. Well, he said to help convert more to lead to is to lead with value. I disagree. Uh, Most people are doing that already. Again, this is one of those things I assume you should be doing already before you're trying to improve leads and sales conversion. So he said, whose value? That's a typical response. Most repeat value is subjective. So yeah. So when and Gregory Smith is very right about that. When people say value, in most cases, it's just a subjective way of not knowing how to pinpoint and pay attention to details. And the people that succeed in this business, they pay attention to details a lot more than an average person. There's nothing wrong with saying lead with value, but lead with value should simply mean you're giving people what they want, and giving people what they want has a word in there. It means people. What people? So we need to drive traffic to people first to even see if that's what they want, okay? Because chances are you already know you should lead with value, but you don't know if your value is good enough. How are you going to find out if your value is good enough? Volume of traffic, okay? That's the answer to your question today, okay? Empire Traffic Academy is the answer to this question, okay? Any traffic product where you can learn how to drive traffic, okay, is the answer to your question. You need to be a master of driving traffic before you can figure out if you have any other problem. You do not have, essentially, you do not have a lead conversion problem. You do not have a sales conversion problem unless you already know how to drive traffic. Okay, there's got to be one problem that lead before the other. Okay, if you have a problem of traffic, or it's a domino effect, you have the rest of the other problems automatically. Okay, all right. But once you solve the problem of traffic, then you can now go move on to the next step and say, hey, let me look at this data. Let me see how I can improve on that data. Okay. So Gregory Smith says, if you're familiar, so I said, Gregory Smith, great question there. How do you determine the best value without being subjective? It says, if you're familiar with attraction marketing, that term is thrown around a lot. You don't determine it. What marketers got to get straight it's about is that it's about you. Like on network marketing, they always talk about building relationships. Before any that come to pass, must have to get themselves together. Value is different from everyone, but you have to do the work to find out what people want. See, he's hitting on the nail. Business is about solving a problem, but you can't do it without everyone sounding the same in their market. You can't do it with everyone sounding the same in their marketing message. Most sound like a competitive robot. So on point. So on point. Watch the video for my answer. Great points. All right. So again, everything is saying right on point. Very close. And the part I want to pay attention to the most is here is before that comes to pass, most have to get them. No, no, not that one. Let me see here. Stone around the law is about you. Get themselves together. Value is different. Okay, this part right here. Value is different from everyone, but you have to do the work to find out what people want. See, the find out what people want here is where I want to dwell on. The only way to find out if people want what you have already, okay, I'm assuming you have something already that you're trying to sell. If you don't, that's not really a problem. Just pick something that resonates with you, okay, and that problem is solved. Once you have something that you want to promote, you offer it to the marketplace, not to one person, not to two people, not to less than 100 people. You offer it to the marketplace, okay. And the way I do that is we go to myEmpirePRO.com here, myEmpirePRO.com here. When you go here, I offer a book called The Empire Lifestyle Secrets. Okay, I am testing this all day long to see if people really want this. Okay, how do I know if people really want this? Well, I've driven enough traffic to know that I've driven 257, so it's not even up to 300 yet. So I can't say that this is a fail or not, or if it's a win yet until I hit 300. But it's close enough. 300 repeat traffic, 257 unique, 158, 65, 61.5% say yes. So that tells you that people don't mind. 61%. As a matter of fact, if I had 20, 30%, that's good enough for me. I can print money from that. Okay, 61% makes it even the more the better. Okay, so business, so that phrase right there, find out what people want, is really key here, and the only way to find that out is to drive volume of traffic. What does that mean? 300 to 1000. In that example I just gave you, I don't have enough samples. It's only 257 unique clicks on that. Okay, so it says, but you can't do it. So he's on point with that. Okay, so Kayode Ayinde says your lead magnet. What do we do with that? Okay, again, I'm assuming you know this already. He's good answer. You should have that. But I'm assuming you have that already. You just want to improve leads and sales conversion. So what do we do with that? You got to drive volume of traffic to it. Tara Radcliffe, this is another prodigy slash mentor of mine. He probably doesn't know it, but I do follow what he's doing and what he's up to. He says benefit driven copywriting. Again, just like giving value, just like funnels and all these other things, all these terminologies. I'm assuming you should have that already, okay? And you have that already so much, and you're trying to improve leads and sales conversion, right? How do you find out what's the first step? What's the first step? Not all 10 steps, not all 50 steps. What is the first step? You got to make sure you're driving enough volume of traffic. I see people trying to solve all these other problems all over the place without solving the number one problem, not knowing how to drive traffic. And that's where this question came from, okay? Relationships. Relationships. What do you do with that? Okay, what to do with that? He said build them. Well, build them with who? Right? So I'm going to ask him, build relationship with who? With whom? Is that who? With whom? I don't know if that's the correct English or who, but I just answered him. Okay, so that's it right there. You need to build relationship with who? You need to drive volume of traffic. That's the answer. Alex, who is absolutely a mentor, and the guy who was my upline in the last thing, and the last thing I promoted was he says know your audience first. The way to know, how do you know your audience? Okay, I guess by saying those are my audience. Okay, but if you say I already know my audience, but you're generating some leads and sales conversion, but it's not good enough, you want to improve on it, is my question. What is the first step to improving leads and sales conversion? You got to drive volume of traffic. Okay, so I said interesting. Nah, that's not the answer. Sorry, Alex. Pete Chapman says like, no, trust. It's actually no, like, trust. Okay. You have to know people before you like them. Okay. So that's the order. No, like, trust. It's called the KLT scale, which I cover in details on the second video of my Smart Business Empire series. So if you go to this page, smartbusinessempire.com, right? You can go here, smartbusinessempire.com. It takes you to this page. It's a free 7-day course. You enter your email address and your name. The second video lesson in the series covers the KLT scale and why it is very important. But that's three steps. I need the first step. Okay, I need the first step, but his step is already misplaced because he has like as the first step here. Let me see. He says, one step: build relationship through providing content that builds rapport. That's nice. That's nice. That's very close. You know, I'm just gonna say very close, but the answer I'm looking for again is volume of traffic. You got to drive volume of traffic. Okay, now how you want to do that is completely up to you. If you want to create content over time, then absolutely, but you need to be patient enough to build content that will be generating 300 pieces of clicks. Okay, after 300 pieces of clicks, then you can claim that something works or it doesn't work. If anything less than that, you don't have enough samples, you don't have enough data to make any kind of claim. Okay, or make any kind of conclusion. Okay, so Saropa Iman Hart Benkulu says must be know the market and the targeting and knowledge the product it first. I'm assuming you've done all of that. Okay, and I need only first step. Okay, uh, the question is assuming that you have all that in place, but simply looking to improve conversions. First step, guys, come on. First step. All right, so this one says wake up. I don't know what he's talking about, but I stay woke. I stay woke. All right, so that's a real great question. Yeah, it is. It is a fantastic question. You're absolutely right about that. Steven says knowing how to lead your audience and sense sensitivity. That sounds too subjective. That's too broad of an answer. I don't know what that means in your world or in my world. That means a whole lot of things. Okay, I like using the advanced level of linguistics, non-verbal. Bro, on what? using that strategy on whom? Whom and what? Or who, whom, and what? And or what? All right. So, and I think we got somewhere there. My answer is very, very simple. The first, again, let me take a couple of minutes to answer that question clearly here. The question is essentially the first step to improving leads and sales conversion. Okay, so when I'm talking about leads and sales conversion, I'm assuming that you already drive some leads and some sales, and you already have a product to sell. You're already driving that through some kind of funnel. It doesn't have to be clicks elaborated funnel to call it a funnel. Anything you drive customers or potential customers through in order to convert them to customers is called a funnel. So I don't care how fancy your funnel is, as long as you have something already in place, but you're generating leads and sales, but you're not happy with it and you want to improve it. That's the person that this question is going to. So the whole knowing your audience, know your product, the right audience, all that stuff. You can say those are all steps in the process. But the first step to making sure that you're not fixing problems that you don't necessarily have is to drive volume of traffic. That's the answer. You need to drive volume of traffic in order to know if you're doing the wrong thing or if you're doing the right thing. You need to collect enough samples of data. If you're not doing that, then you are going to be wasting time on a process that you don't need to be wasting time on. You need to make sure that you are in fact collecting enough samples that enough eyeballs are seeing what you have to offer. And some people are very quick to say, so how much was the magic number? Well, I don't have a magic number, but I know what number I look for. Okay, There's no magic number. People are very quick to say, "Oh yeah, but what should my expectations be?" Well, I typically don't get attached to expectations when it comes to building wealth, when it comes to building success. It's not a good idea to get attached to expectations because you're going to be disappointed a few times in life, okay? And business is no different, right? So, but the answer to that, the closest thing I can give you an answer to that is my experience. I like to look for 300 clicks before I judge if this is a high converting source of traffic or not. Okay? Much less going to see if the product is a good product or not. I don't worry if the product is a good product or not until I've generated enough traffic to be able to make that judgment. So is it going to cost you money? Not, it doesn't have to be money. It could cost you money and it costs you time. If you have money, speed, success loves speed. Okay? If all you have is you have more time than you have money, then you're going to need lots of patience. Okay? When I say patience, I don't mean 40 years for the rest of your life working a job. Okay? I don't mean 35 years. I don't mean 20 years. I'm talking about the next 2 to 3 years, putting your heads down and learning how to create organic traffic from creating content. So if you can have patience for 1, 2, 3 years to start seeing some people watching your videos, start clicking over to your website, then you're in the game. Then you will win. If you have some money that you can budget $1,000 to $3,000 per month on driving traffic, then you can have enough data in order to tweak and find out where the quality traffic is coming from. But before you spend that money or the time, right? Obviously, you want to have an idea of who your audience is supposed to be. And who's your audience? Somebody that you're trying to solve their problem. But that's not enough. That's a good step, but that's not enough. Okay, now it's time to improve leads and sales conversion, which is the question, right? You need to drive enough volume of traffic. You need to become a student of driving traffic. If you don't have a traffic problem, right, then you can worry about the other problems. If you have a traffic problem, you have the rest of the other problems. In other words, you never create revenue anyway. And anything else you bought, anything you're gonna buy, any other guru product you're gonna buy, you're just wasting time. You're just wasting money. Maybe not waste, but you're not going to find it useful, not in this moment in time, not until you learn how to drive traffic, not until you solve the traffic problem. And that's where that question came from. So hopefully you got some value from this. I want to hear what you have to say. I want you to go over to this video and comment. Okay, go over to this video on YouTube and comment. Let me hear what your thoughts are. Okay, if you want to solve your traffic problem, I have an online academy. It's called Empire Traffic Academy. Okay, where you can simply go to myEmpirePRO.com/join. It's only $1 trial for 14 days, and it's only $10 a month to become a part of the clan. Okay, and you learn everything you need to learn about traffic inside. Okay, it's a 6 weeks masterclass that you first of all go through on an ongoing basis. I mentor you through our Facebook private group, and I answer any questions you can answer over time when it comes to driving traffic. But you can't really determine if you have any other problem unless you solve that problem first. And I've made it super not expensive, okay, super cheap, so anyone can master the skill. So you can now worry about if you have a conversion problem, if you have a sales conversion, if you have a bad funnel conversion, a bad product conversion, if your face is not good looking enough, all that problem you don't know unless you learn how to drive volume of traffic first. That's the first problem, okay? And in any business, any type of business, it could be real estate wholesaling, it could be network marketing, internet marketing, in moms and pop shop, you sell car parts, same problem. Potato, same thing. You need volume of traffic of people in order to determine if you have other problems in the business. If you try to solve other problems without solving that problem, you're wasting money, time, energy, and resources, and all your resources on things that's just not going to work. All right. With that being said, my free book is also a good thing to pick up. First, it's absolutely free. It's called Empire. It's called Empire Lifestyle Secrets, okay? And you're gonna learn all these concepts I'm sharing with you. You're gonna learn one big thing you're gonna learn inside is exposure is everything, okay? Attention is learning how to attract attention is everything in your business. You don't learn how to do that. it's a failure. So you can get the book for free. You can learn a lot of stuff inside the book by simply going through myEmpirePRO.com. If you want to join the community already, simply go to myEmpirePRO.com/join, and you can go from there. Okay. In the meanwhile, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I'm going to release videos like this from time to time. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you share this video with your friends, anybody you think can benefit out of it. And please comment in the video on YouTube. If you're listening to me on iTunes, I'm sure you've learned a lot, but please join me on YouTube and comment over there. Leave me ratings, anything, whatever you feel about the videos. But I want to hear from you. I want to hear what you have to say about this. If you've been trying to solve other problems like conversion and all these other things, or you're trying to use another software that's going to help you and you realize you've wasted so much money, I want to hear about that too. I want you to share that with me below. You don't have any other problem, you don't know, okay, unless you solve the traffic problem first. Hopefully you've been enlightened and educated, and I'll see you on the next one, and peace.